There are moments in life when something stops you, a word, a song, a silence so deep it feels like it was made just for you. And right now in this very moment, as your eyes move across these words, I need you to understand something that your heart already knows but your mind keeps questioning. This is not random. You did not stumble here by accident. You were led here, guided here, by hands far greater than any algorithm, any suggestion, any coincidence this world could manufacture. God does not deal in coincidences. He deals in appointments. Think about where you are right now. Think about everything you have been carrying, the weight you wake up with every morning before your feet even touch the floor, the prayers you have whispered in the dark when no one else was listening, the tears you cried in the shower so nobody would hear, the moments you smiled on the outside while something inside you was quietly breaking. God saw every single one of those moments, not from a distance, not from behind clouds and silence. He saw them up close, the way a father watches over a child who doesn't yet know they are being watched over. And he sent you here, today, to this message, because there is something he needs you to hear before you take another step, before you make another decision, before you convince yourself one more time that you are alone in this. You are not alone. That is the first thing, the most important thing. And it sounds simple, almost too simple for the depth of what you have been going through. But sometimes the most powerful truths are the ones we have heard before and still need to hear again. Because life has a way of making us forget. Pressure makes us forget. Disappointment makes us forget. And when we forget, we start to shrink. We start to pull back. We start to build walls around the very heart that God designed to stay open. But listen, your situation right now is not the final chapter. I know it feels like it. I know the waiting has gone on longer than you thought you could endure. I know there have been nights where hope felt like a foolish thing to hold on to. I know what it's like to pray and hear only silence, and wonder if your words are even reaching heaven. God hears you, every word, even the ones you couldn't finish, even the prayers that were just tears with no language attached. He heard them all. He kept them all. There is something extraordinary about the timing of this moment. Not everyone who needed to hear this message found it today, but you did. And that is not small. That is not accidental. That is God moving in the quiet, invisible way He always moves, threading moments together like a master weaver who can see the whole tapestry while we can only see the single thread in our hand. Your thread is not cut. Your story is not over. That door that closed did not close because you were unworthy. It closed because God was protecting you from something you could not see yet and positioning you for something you have not yet imagined. The detour you are on right now is not punishment. It is preparation. It is God rerouting you with purpose, with precision, with a love so deep it doesn't always explain itself, but it never abandons. I want you to do something right now. Before you keep reading, before you scroll past this moment, I want you to place your hand over your chest. Feel that heartbeat. That is not just biology. That is God's permission for you to still be here. Every beat is a declaration. You are not finished. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are His. And He brought you to this message on this day for a reason that is going to become clearer the more you keep reading. Because what comes next, what God is about to reveal to you, is something your soul has been waiting to hear for a very long time. Stay with me. This is only the beginning. There is a reason why certain seasons of life feel unbearable. Not because God has forgotten you, not because your faith was too small, not because you did something that placed you beyond the reach of grace, but because the greatest things God builds in a human soul are always built in the dark. The strongest trees grow their deepest roots during drought. The most valuable metals are refined in the hottest fire, and the most unshakable faith, the kind that moves mountains, the kind that survives storms, the kind that stands when everything around it collapses, that faith is never built in comfort. It is built in the exact kind of season you are walking through right now. God is not punishing you with this season. He is preparing you for a weight of glory you are not yet able to fully carry, and He loves you too much to hand you what you are not ready for. So He shapes you first. He stretches you first. He takes you through the valley not to leave you there, but to teach you things about His faithfulness that you could never learn on the mountaintop alone. Think about the moments in your life that felt like the end. The moments you were certain you would not survive. The loss that ripped something from your chest. the betrayal that changed how you saw the world, the failure that made you question everything you believed about yourself. You survived every single one of those moments. You are here. You made it through every dark night that swore it would last forever. And God was with you in every single one of them, even when you could not feel Him, even when the silence was so loud it almost convinced you He had walked away. He never walked away. He never will. Here is what God wants you to know today, right now, in this moment that is not a coincidence. The thing you have been waiting for, the breakthrough, the healing, the restoration, the door that finally opens, the relationship that is finally mended, the peace that finally settles over your life like morning light. It is closer than it has ever been. The enemy knows this. That is why the pressure has increased. That is why the attacks have felt more personal, more relentless, more targeted. Darkness always intensifies right before the dawn breaks. The storm always seems most violent in the final moments before it passes. And what you are feeling right now, that unbearable tension, that exhausted desperation, that feeling of being pushed to the very edge of what you can carry, that is not the sign that God has abandoned you. That is the sign that something is about to break open. Do not quit. Not today. Not when you are this close. God is asking you to trust Him with the part of your story you cannot read yet, the chapter that is still being written, the page that is still blank, because He can see it, every word of it, and it is better than anything you have tried to write for yourself. His plans for you are not plans of harm. They are plans of hope, plans of a future, plans that account for every mistake you made, every wrong turn you took, every moment you gave up and had to start again. He factored all of it in. None of it disqualified you. All of it is being worked together for something that will one day make you drop to your knees in gratitude for the very seasons you once begged Him to end. So today, let this message be your reminder. Let it be the hand on your shoulder when you needed someone to tell you to keep going. Let it be the voice in the silence that says, I see you. I have not forgotten you. I am still working, and what I started in your life I will complete. You were not meant to find this message by accident. You were meant to find it at exactly this moment, in exactly this season, with exactly this much weight on your shoulders, because God wanted you to know, before another day passed, that He is already in your tomorrow, clearing the path, preparing the table, and holding the door open for you to walk through. Your miracle is not late. It is right on time, and so are you. God did not bring you this far to leave you here. Every tear, every prayer, every sleepless night was heard, recorded, and answered in ways you are still about to witness. This moment found you because heaven arranged it. You are not forgotten. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are exactly where God needs you to be, trusting exactly the one who has never once failed you. So lift your head, breathe, and believe again, because the same God who brought you to this message is already walking ahead of you into everything that comes next. Keep going. Your breakthrough is already done.